Here in the South, music is almost as important as breathing. From bluegrass in the Appalachian Mountains and gospel in the Bible Belt, to blues in Memphis and soul in Muscle Shoals, it's all American music, born here in the Deep South and celebrated by a new generation. Welcome to Southern Fried Music TV.
2, 3, 4. Well, here we are, Southern Fried Music TV. We're pretty happy to be back. You know, Carl, one thing I've been thinking about all week long is how much we love fried chicken.
Okay.
I just thought I'd kind of throw that in because the music that we do here fits right in with fried chicken.
It does,
And you know, everybody loves fried chicken, so you're going to love our music. Let me just tell you that. We're happy to be doing our show. We've been very fortunate the last few weeks to do some dynamite talent, and it's not going to end. We're going to be back every single week. Want to invite you. Carl, you had some special guests just left the studio.
That's right. We got to spend a little time with Jesse Smith and Gary Glover. They're a couple of singer-songwriters from the North Alabama area who contacted us, came down, and we did some stuff with the show, and they're very talented songwriters. And Jessie, I tell you, she plays gospel bluegrass with her family group. She plays with several other different groups. She does solo stuff when she has the opportunity, so you're really going to enjoy meeting her. And Gary Glover as well, just a great musician and a songwriter, has got some new songwriting projects coming out.
Well, that's great. We are excited. We have a lot of different talent here on the show, and a lot of it is very local. And, you know, the state of Alabama has always been full of talent. A lot of people just don't realize what all's come from this area. We're very fortunate. So I think that probably what we want to do is just expose the people to better music every week. What do you think?
That's right, every week. And this week is Jesse Smith and Gary Glover, and we'll be back with that in just a moment. Happy to be spending some time today with Jesse Smith and Gary Glover here on the front porch, and going to do some porch picking for you as we go through the day today. But Gary, let's start with you. You live in Somerville over in Morgan County, and tell us a little bit about what's going on over there in the music scene.
There are quite a few musicians and bands in Morgan County. We have a real active group of players, and the city of Somerville has the Somerville Courthouse, which is one of the oldest courthouses in the state. They have music there, the city of Somerville, excuse me, every Tuesday night, excuse me, May, June, and July. And so there's some really good acts that come through there, and so lots of songwriters too.
Yeah.
It's sort of.
Well, that's you, singer, songwriter. You do a lot of writing. You started writing songs at a young age.
When I was a teenager, and I probably written more bad songs than any 3 or 4 people you'd think of.
I think that's true for all songwriters. All songwriters have a notebook of songs that no one will ever see.
Yeah. So Destroy, and I had written sort of casually, and a few years ago, about 6 years ago, I'd written some I thought were really pretty good. This is after all this really bad songwriting songs. So, and I really started working very hard at it, and I met Jesse at a club that had open mics for songwriters there in Decatur, the Daily Brew, and so. So I can't decide if it's an avocation or just a bad habit, but I'm starting to think maybe it's an avocation. So I really enjoy doing it, and it's music. As I was reading a quote by the British poet W.H. Auden. He said, "Music can be made anywhere. It's invisible and it does not smell." And I think that's just a wonderful way to describe. We all do it, and we don't really know what it is.
Right,
It's like, you spend So.
Do you have a process for writing? Do you lock yourself in a room with your guitar and I'm going to write 3 songs tonight, or does it just happen when it hits you?
It's more they kind of come, and it's always welcome. They come in bid, and I find when people talk about the discipline of writing and sitting around and doing it every day, and that's kind of how I got the 14 notebooks of really crappy stuff. And there are all kinds. I've heard different people talk about them, like songs are almost entities, and they look for people to realize them.
Mm-hmm.
And so sometimes I feel that way, because sometimes my song Alabama Bound, I wrote it in probably just a few hours.
Yeah.
And went back and edited it the next day, but it was, so that came really quick.
Well, I tell you what, it's porch picking, so let's pick a little bit. You mentioned your song Alabama Bound.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about that before we play it.
Well, Alabama, where we have such a rich song writing tradition, and Hank Williams and W.C. Handy and all the guys from Fort Payne, Pierce Pettis, he's one of them, but the group Alabama, of course, and Claire Lynch. And it seems like everybody has a really good Alabama song, and it's almost required, So
yeah.
Anyway, and I love my state. I have real affection. We were talking about how pretty the landscape is when we're driving over here in the Gadsden area. So, and it's just kind of a love letter to Alabama.
Well, let's hear it then.
Okay.
It's been a long drive. I just passed Franklin. I'll make the state line as the sun is going down. The rising moon, my sleepy hometown, like in my dreams when I'm at I miss these back roads, I miss these mountains, the smell of cut hay carried by the wind, the singing river, the sweet back road goes. Lord, I'm so glad to be home. The falling stars and the whippoorwills welcome me home tonight. Gone so long, but now I'm back to stay where the porch lights always burning bright.
Talk about writing a little bit. You've partnered up with a very popular songwriter who's helping you along the way.
Yes, Sally Barris is a Grammy nominated songwriter, and she has been my mentor, and she's encouraged me and guided me, and I was able to co-write one with her last August. It's called Edie's Song, about a lady named Edie Sedgwick that Sally was very interested in, and it's going to be on her next album. She's working on an album right now, so I'm really excited about that because she's an incredible musician.
And you got a project coming up yourself here.
Yes, I do. I'm working at working with Chaz Williams. He has a studio in Franklin, and he's also in Sally's band. So we're actually going to start putting down the beginning tracks in the 27th, 28th of April. So, so I hope to get it finished this year. That's my But everybody says yes.
Yeah, some of these things do take a little time.
A country band is leaving Alabama. They'll be back next year, but endless miles till then. They got a show in Little Rock, then down to Texarkana. They'll lie long enough to play, then hit the road again. This morning a blood-red sunrise over the stockyard. Is that a big rig on its side? I can't see for the rain. some aspirin and some red stripe pill burning over. But you need a big shot of Hank when your heart's full of pain. The wandering clouds, the restless winds, those changing things seem like old friends. That's the way it's always been when your home's a highway. When you follow your own star, sometimes you don't know where you are. The same old place, or have you gone too far when your home's a highway? Last week we played a roadhouse down in Bossier City, and I met me a pretty girl from Lake Pontchartrain. She said she liked my songs, I said I would call her. She's a girl of my dreams, but I lost her number and name. The wandering clouds, the restless winds, those changing things seem like old friends. That's the way it's always been when your home's a highway. When you follow your own star, sometimes you don't know where you are. The same old place, or have you gone too far when your home's a highway? When your home's a highway. When your home's a highway. When your home's a highway.
We got Jesse Smith and Gary Glover with us, and Jesse, Gary was talking about you guys kind of met at a songwriters event. So you're a writer and singer as well, and we'll talk some about your family history too. But talk about the writing part of it.
Oh, well, I actually started writing not maybe until college. I didn't think I could write, which is kind of strange now looking back. I remember when I was in school, in high school, I had a project and we were supposed to write a song. And so I actually had a friend who wrote, and I begged him to let me borrow one of his songs. But then when I was in college, I was playing music in a band, and I just really wanted to do songs that I wrote something of myself. And so that's when I started trying to do it.
Well, that's awesome. And you have a musical background with your family, a musical history that goes back through your whole family, and have a bluegrass group that your dad, your husband, you know, so it's a whole big family deal. Tell us about that group and what you guys do.
Well, the group's name is Free Indeed, and we actually started playing together in 2001. So it's been kind of tough to keep everybody together, but what makes it easier is we are family. So I went to high school with a girl in the band, and it's her and her husband, and me and my husband and my dad sings bass, and then we actually have a fiddle player now that just started playing with us about a year ago, and his name is Zach Tinen. He's from Athens area.
So you guys do bluegrass, gospel, bluegrass. Can you describe kind of what you do there?
Yeah, so we've always been a bluegrass gospel band from the very start. So we do, some traditional bluegrass stuff. We actually do some contemporary songs as well. And Karen, the girl in the band, she writes also. So we do some of our own songs too.
That's awesome. Where are some of the places people can see you solo with Free Indeed, and you have another band that you play with occasionally? Is that right too?
I've been so blessed to meet a lot of phenomenal musicians, and so luckily sometimes they ask me to play with them, and I love to just go and play. So pretty much anytime anyone will ask me, I'll go and play. But as far as bands, we do a lot of churches because we do bluegrass gospel. And I think also I'm going to do, with some of my other friends, the Rogersville Bluegrass Festival at the end of June.
Oh, wow. Sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We worry about paying our bills, watching our weight, eating our fruit, staying up too late. There's a whole list of reasons we do what we do, but what really matters is just me and you. So lay down the pretenses, strip off the pride, take all the need tos and toss them aside. It's easy to get lost defining our lives, but the thing that's important is us. Decisions we make, time sacrificed, chances to grow, all come with a price. The sunsets, then weeks mark the passage of time. But what have we gained if we left us behind? So lay down the pretenses, strip off the pride, take all the need tos and toss them aside. It's easy to get lost defining our lives, but the thing that's important is us. Keeping love healthy and growing is life's true success. Through all of the effort and every test, if you're not beside me, then I've lost my way. So baby, let's lay down the pretenses, strip off the pride, take all the need tos and toss them aside. It's easy to get lost defining our lives, but the thing that's important is us.
You multi-talented. You've been picking up instruments off the set here and playing for us today. Where did that come from? That has to be I can play a couple of things, and I have to work really, really, really hard at it. And then talent comes along that just picks up stuff and seems to be able to play anything. Is that
Well,
you?
I wouldn't say that I'm good at any instrument. I always tell people I learned to play instruments so that they'll let me sing with them. And it becomes even more obvious when you play with people who are just exceptional, and you just look at your skills and you feel so bad about it. But,
I know exactly how you feel.
but it's amazing the God-given talent people have, and I just love to sit and watch people play because they amaze me, that the things that they can do and bring out of an instrument.
Yeah, that's amazing. Well, let's hear a song that you wrote. It's porch picking, like we said. Let's pick something. What you want to play for us?
Well, this is kind of a song that really actually talks about me and my lifestyle and the things that I like to do with music. It's called Just Being Me.
Okay.
It's in the key of A.
Those vowel chords.
All right. A 10-year-old with a church house melody, a backup singer at 16, a high school diploma and a college degree. That's the background story of me. Now every weekend spent burning up the interstate, humming new songs in my head. Nights playing music for the price of gas, fighting sleep on a long drive back. Let's play one more song, another round. I
Well, folks, here on Southern Fried Music TV, you know, you've seen local acts, you've seen regional acts, you have seen national acts as well, and we're all about exposing people to music of all genres and all types. So we need you to let us know about what you're doing, or maybe you know singers, songwriters, musicians in the area who are well deserving of some coverage.
You know, it's great, and one thing I'm really enjoying, Carl, is the fact that we're doing a little bit of everything: Southern gospel, bluegrass, rock and roll, blues. We're not going to pin this show to just one genre, because everybody out there likes something a little bit different.
That's right.
But it might open the door to you to see somebody that you haven't seen before and you'd enjoy. You hear about them and you say, hey, I like that. And that's kind of what we want to do. And you know, maybe you know somebody, or maybe you're watching and you are somebody that we might want to have here on the show. We kind of like for you to get in touch with us and talk to us about it.
Yeah, if you are a singer, songwriter, musician, if you are in a group of some sort, you're playing on a regular basis, we need you to get in touch with us. And the best way to do that is to go to our Facebook page. Just go to Facebook and search Southern Fried Music TV. It's right there on Facebook, just like everybody else. And you can contact us through the Facebook page, post a link to YouTube videos or something like that, so we can see you and hear you perform. And you never know, you might hear from us inviting you to come here to our front porch set, or we might come and see you perform somewhere and do an interview on location with you.
And that's one of the things I'm enjoying, is getting out on location. We're meeting some mighty fine people, and it's a lot of fun. And I think that so far the feedback we're getting about the show, everybody's really liking that.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And there's a lot of great stuff still to come as this season continues of Southern Fried Music TV. Go check us out on Facebook. Remember, just search Southern Fried Music TV. That's where you are gonna find us.